Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and as expected, it is going to be Political Gaming Wednesday. So, before this video starts, I'd just like to give a shout out to Politics Made Simple. Politics Made Simple. Go check out his channel. Link in the description below. He's a very good channel, one of the best out there. You should subscribe to him. So, last time, on last Political Gaming Wednesday, we had Jeb Bush versus Bernie Sanders. And also, you should hit that subscribe button because I have this very special video, but it took me 3 months to work on, but I'm only releasing it when I get 60 subscribers. So it's up to you guys. You have to leave what I should do next, by the way, in the comments below. And get us to 60 subscribers so we can get that special video out. Bernie Sanders versus Rand Paul. American Prediction suggested this. So, Bernie Sanders versus Rand Paul. I am assuming the idea behind this was Rand Paul is a big believer in small government, while Bernie Sanders is the exact opposite. Bernie Sanders is a big believer in big government. So, that would be a very interesting match. And last time, I believe I played as a Republican. That means today we're playing as Bernie Sanders, the Democratic Socialist, the senator from Vermont, and we're definitely going to have some hype because he is a very enthusiastic candidate for many people, kind of like Trump is an enthusiastic candidate for Republicans. There we go. Stamina, normal. Charisma, magnetic. That makes sense. He has very good talking skills. We need China. No, I can't do it. Intelligence, average. Media bias, indifferent. Experience, respectable. Minority appeal, typical. And starting money, average. Then we have Rand Paul, who looks like this. And he's an establishment Republican. Normal stamina, warm charisma, intelligence, genius, media bias, loathed, experience, respectable, minority appeal, little, and starting money, average. So there we have it, guys. We have Rand Paul versus Bernie Sanders. Sanders says, Sanders for the win. Let me just get some good old Sanders clips. Is that what we're saying? Because that is what it will be playing in the background. Because it seems like you guys like that.
You and your colleagues feel the kind of hot breath of that on the back of your neck. The debate now.
So we're just going to.
Kentucky is a working class state.
Okay, he's talking about Kentucky. That's perfect because Rand.
The Donald Trump wins here by a landslide, right? And you have your senior senator, not just the senator from Kentucky, but the most powerful Republican in the United States. This I will never forget. Mitch McConnell blocked legislation I was offering to provide working class Americans with a $2,000 direct payment because he claimed.
Place an ad in Ohio. We need to monopolize on Sanders' strengths in the Rust Belt.
Say that.
As a token of our appreciation, we got you a spring jacket. Our executive board would like to offer you a honorary
Okay, to spin doctors. We should put that in Georgia and Ohio. Oh wait, and Pennsylvania.
You don't know it? I'm now a member of the Teamsters, like I'm
Another ad in Ohio, I guess. They're Bernie's.
Senator McConnell and Republicans in the Senate continue their strategy of obstructionism. It means passing a progressive agenda through the Senate with 50
Let's put an ad in Pennsylvania again. That state is
going
to be key if you want to win.
Reconciliation. And I say that as chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. Go to your white working class friends and say, do you need health care? Do you know that these guys who are representing you in Kentucky voted to throw 32 million people off of the health care they had? instead of moving to healthcare for all, we apparently got
There he goes, campaigning for Medicare for all. So here we can endorse social justice, protecting the environment, or diversity. This is the best one for us, so let's do that.
Maybe the 99% should get some representation. Despite McConnell's fierce opposition, he was on the floor literally objecting to my proposal. We got $600 plus $1,400 into the pockets of every working class person in this country.
Bernie Sanders going on his accomplishments there. He's saying this in California right now, as you can see. We're going to the Ben Shapiro show. Here we go, Sanders. I really hate the double standard when it comes to abuse of power. Fast and Furious, IRS abuse, drones striking Americans, no problem for the left despite actual crimes having been. What is your position? He should be impeached.
Some of you may know, I spent 4 years of my life here in Chicago, and I've been 9 years.
Biology doesn't care about your feelings. Sounds something you would say. How we identify ourselves in
schools in America. But the school officials here in Chicago at that time had still refused to meaningfully desegregate the city's public schools. Black schools were overcrowded and underfunded, with many students forced to share chairs and desks.
Okay, here we go. We can endorse this.
Found over 380 white classrooms were completely empty. But instead of putting black children in those empty classrooms, the school officials
social justice, here we go.
To put old trailers, you know what old trailers look like? Put old trailers on the black
Rand Paul endorsing lower taxes is definitely something he'd endorse in real life. Oh, Kennedy became toss-up. You know, just like if you're listening to the voices in the background, Bernie Sanders was talking about how they can flip George Kennedy Democrat. Kennedy is literally doing that. They're listening to Bernie's instructions. What a coincidence.
And the community
$15 minimum wage. There you go, Bernie. There you go. Oh, we did it, Bernie. We did what you said you would. You said you would flip Kennedy, and you did it. I did it, kind of, but still. Oh shoot, I just put a bad ad in Arizona by accident. That could seriously breach our support. Let me do something.
So we were bailed out in the morning by the NAACP. As a student at the University of Chicago in the early 60s,
okay, Sanders,
with a civil
Gabbard.
rights organization called the Congress on Racial Equality, CORE, which was one of the leading civil rights groups of that period.
Of course he would pick Gabbard, because that's
the University
who he would
of
pick.
Chicago owned segregated housing.
UBI.
Being audacious young people, black and white, our chapter of CORE wanted to expose the racist housing system run by the university. And so our CORE chapter did something pretty
a lot of
interesting.
money.
We sent
We're
white
gonna go
couples
for diversity.
and black couples into the university-owned housing.
I'm not gonna spend in Texas. It's a waste of my time.
Looking for an apartment, and you can guess.
Oh, that's not good. Most voters like his low taxes stuff. Not good. Not good. We need it to Bernie. Oh, he's doing this in Texas.
Went in to look for an apartment. Somehow, mysteriously, they found a choice of apartments. After documenting that clear pattern of racial
ideology
discrimination,
points.
the students in CORE
We need one more. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the good stuff.
Its housing. When they refused, we staged one of the first ever civil rights sit-ins in the North. The reason I tell you all of this is because my activities here in Chicago taught me a very important lesson that I have never forgotten. And that is that whether it is
okay, here we are on this show.
Corporate greed against
Three-part
racism,
question. What went wrong and what went right with
homophobia,
Obamacare?
environmental devastation,
Obamacare was sabotaged
and
by
militarism.
Republicans.
Real change never takes place
They opposed
from the
it
top
every
on down.
endless
It
court
always
challenge.
takes place from the bottom on up.
Well, they kind of liked it. How much money have you collected from your donors?
Have we made progress in civil rights
I
in this
get
country
donations.
since the early 1960s?
I am once again asking for financial support. Do you guys remember that ad?
But
Bernie would like do that
we
again.
still have a very, very
You're not wrong.
long way to go to end the institutional racism which permeates almost every
Yeah, I don't know why
aspect
Bernie
of our
Sanders'
society,
minority
and the
appeal is
answer
typical. I think it should be
absolutely.
more than that. He appeals to minorities. He talks about this systematic racism.
We live in a world today where there are several 100 million people starving to death. They're starving to death right now. All over this country today, there is a
Okay,
certain
Bernie, you're doing
demoralization.
your thing.
And
Yeah,
the
just keep doing it.
demoralization is that some people believe that what goes on in the White House and what goes on in the Congress reflects the will of the American people. And by assembling here today, as the Rainbow Coalition and its other groups from 46 states in America, what we are saying very loud and clear
No,
is
if
that
he
Ronald
just
Reagan
didn't
and his
endorse
billionaire
that, I
friends
could have done
do not represent America, but we do. In some of the largest cities in America, 50% of the kids are not graduating high school. The cost
Ooh.
of college education in this country is zooming up. So you
This
have to be a
is
wealthy
definitely
person
working.
to send your kid to college. There was once a dream that my parents had and many people's parents had, that if you work hard and go to school, you can get a college education. But what people like this gentleman do not know is, for example, that in Scandinavia, in Sweden, you've had socialist governments for decades. That in fact, that country is probably, in most respects, more democratic than the United States. They have 80 or 90% of the people voting. They have strong labor unions. They have
Yes,
a more
we
open
have
media.
a
They have a healthcare
cheerleader.
system
I don't see how
guaranteeing
that's
healthcare to all
really
the
going to
people.
help
Not
us.
to say that that's utopia.
But at a time when the wealthiest people of this country have seen a tremendous increase in their income, while at the same time the standard of living of working people and poor
Okay,
people
we're doing
has
good in
declined,
these toss-ups.
I will be damned if I will vote for a proposal which will stick it to the middle class and the working people. And Mr. Speaker, I've got a problem. I've got a problem with a president and a Congress which allows 5 million children to go hungry, 2 million people
I
to
don't
sleep
know
out
why
on the
this,
streets.
always,
become
like
breeding
these
grounds
candidates,
for
when they're
drugs
losing
and
in a
violence.
landslide,
And
they
say,
try
"We're
very
getting tough
hard
on
to win
crime.
Ohio.
If you want to get
I
tough
don't
on
know
crime,
why.
let's deal
Like,
with the causes
focus
of
on
crime.
Pennsylvania, more
Let's
electorals.
demand that every man,
Florida.
woman, and child in this country have a decent
But no,
opportunity and a decent
always,
standard of
always
living.
Ohio.
Let's not keep
And let's
putting
eliminate
poor
that.
people into jail and disproportionately punishing blacks. While our children go hungry and sleep out on the streets, lack adequate health care or educational opportunity, the wealthiest people in this country have grown far richer while their tax burden has declined. We have an approach to campaign financing which, to a very large degree,
We just
allows
endorsed
wealthy
fighting
people and
systematic
major corporations
racism.
to buy and sell politicians. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and ordinary Americans are shut out of the political system. The United States today is one of two nations in the industrialized world
We
that does
have
not
3
have
more
a
weeks.
national health care system. That has to do with campaign finance reform. The United States today, the chief executive officers are seeing their salaries soar, and the gap between the rich and the poor grows wider. 10 million Americans
We're
are
doing
unemployed.
pretty good.
That has to do with campaign finance reform. The system, by and large, is owned and controlled by big money interests, and the President of the United States.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Bernie, but we need some Rand Paul.
President, the senator from Kentucky. The Patriot Act was begotten of the most unpatriotic of ideas, that liberty can be exchanged for security. The history of the Patriot Act shows that the exchange is a poor one. As our liberty wanes and wastes away, we find that the promises of security were an illusion. The history of the Patriot Act is really a history
okay,
of how
no offense
power
to you, Rand
corrupts
Paul,
and
but
how
like
bias and
Bernie
malfeasance
Sanders
grow
is way more
when power is
energizing than
unchecked.
this.
The Patriot Act allows a secret court, FISA, to grant generalized warrants to collect personal data from millions of Americans. The spies who run these surveillance
We
programs
need to win this.
then lied for years and years to us. One of the most notorious of these liars was James Clapper. When cross-examined
Who's James Clapper?
under oath by Senator Wyden, James Clapper denied that the government was collecting data on millions of Americans. A month later, the whistleblower, Edward Snowden, revealed that Clapper had lied. Snowden revealed that Clapper and others were using the Patriot Act to spy on virtually every American. Snowden revealed that the secret FISA court was allowing a single court order
Yep.
to command the
Bernie
collection
Sanders
of
is more
millions of
energizing.
Americans' personal phone data. Most members of Congress had no idea that this was going on. In fact, one of the authors of the Patriot Act
Let's
publicly
go.
expressed his shock that such a massive surveillance of Americans was
Let's
occurring
go.
with no notification of Congress.
We're gonna
Clapper and others,
gonna
though,
beat
said
you.
that's not true. They justified their actions by saying, we've been briefing the elite 8 congressmen.
let's go, Bernie
Who are
Sanders.
the elite 8 and who made them elite? The elite 8 are the majority and minority leaders of the House and the Senate, and the majority and the minority leader of the Intelligence Committee in the House and the Senate. 8 people. When they were quizzed about this program, most of them said they couldn't remember ever being briefed on it. But the real constitutional question is, have we not changed and subverted the Constitution to make 8 people more important than the rest of us? So this is a program where they were collecting the data on everybody's phone calls, everybody in America, and you would think there would have to be a debate and approval by Congress, but they only take 8 people. And those 8 people seem to be confused that they had approved the program.